Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
Social Circle for the second Friday night concert. You can see there's a pretty good group of people here tonight. This is June 15th. You can tell the people here at Social Circle are having a good time tonight. This is Friday night, June the 10th, and this is Paul Bullins with Walton Entertainment.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson, and I'm here with another recreation report. It is an awfully hot start to the summer, and we've got a great idea for you. The Splash Park out at Ayers Park in between is doing some great business right now. There's a lot of kids having a great time out there. We're averaging around 200 people per day coming out there. Also, if you're wanting a birthday party or a rental after hours from 6:30 to 8, we're booking up extremely fast. So you'll need to call one of our community centers. It's a great place to have a birthday party or any type of event for your kids. But again, I'd go out there anytime during the week. We're closed on Mondays, but we are open from 10 until till about 6 o'clock daily, Tuesday through Sunday. So it's a great time great place to cool off, have fun. It's kind of a playground with water features all over the place, so it stays a lot cooler out there. Also at Ayers Park that seems to be very popular is our new pickleball courts. There's 4 very nice courts out there to play on. It's adjacent to the Splash Park. There's also a frisbee golf course and a walking track out there that's in the woods. So it's a lot cooler out there because it stays shaded the entire wall. We have other places also. It's a little too hot to exercise at some of the outdoor walking tracks, but just remember our indoor facilities here at Meridian and at Felker Park, and soon to open, hopefully next week, will be our South Walton Community Center. Our equipment's slated to come in on the 22nd of June, so we'll be putting all of the Nautilus equipment and having that the third of our community centers in place. And again, you join one, you're a member at all 3. So if you would like and you're a member out at Meridian or at Felker Park and you just want to see a different scenery, it's a great place to go. Try next week. Like I said, around the 22nd, we'll be putting in the equipment, and then a couple of days after that. So at least by the 1st of July, it'll be all set up and ready to go. So for different scenery, go down to South Walton and check out the new facility. It's very, very nice and roomy. It's very, very well built. In our athletic programs, our baseball and softball teams, our all-star teams have done really well. Our baseball teams are playing for the state championship this week. This weekend, the 18th and 19th. Hopefully we'll have a few teams from Walton County win the USSSA All-Star State Championship. All those games will be held in Covington at City Pond Park and Turner Lake Park. So good luck to our Walton County teams that are playing in that. I do want to let you know our registration for our fall events, which is always our biggest sports program because we have so many other activities going on. We have our baseball and softball registration that is complete. If you're looking to participate in that or soccer, you'll need to contact the office that you want to play in and see if they have a spot available. our football and cheerleading program. Our registration is complete there also, but we do have a few slots available. So if you want to play football this year, and it is going to be ran a little differently, being that we're going by the school zone that you're in, and we're playing in the North Georgia Youth Football Association. So games will be played on the weekends. So please contact the area that you're in, Monroe, Loganville, or Social Circle, and get signed up today for football and cheerleading. We really need to get the cheerleading outfits ordered. We need to get you placed on the football team that you're going to be in. We only have very few spots available, so please get registered for that. Go on our website at waltoncountyga.gov. It's the best place to see where all the parks are, all the sports programs that we're offering. Our adult and our summer athletic programs have already started. Our youth volleyball for our girls and our summer basketball programs, they both have started and are playing at the community centers now. So we have a lot of activities going on, a lot of parks that are available for you. Yeah, go to our website and give it a look. I'm sure there's something there for you to enjoy out here. And if it's just too hot, then go into our community centers. We try to keep them nice and comfortable for everyone to still get the exercise they need and want. So, as always, remember, sportsmanship starts at home, and we hope to see you getting registered soon. And come out to the Splash Park and get cooled off. See you next time.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another county update. We'll start with the information from our Board of Commissioners meeting that was held on Tuesday, June 7th. At the beginning of the meeting, we recognized the 4-H shotgun team for winning the state championship. We really are proud of everyone that participated in that sport. You have to be a great marksman, and a lot of those kids put in a lot of hard work to be able to go to state and take the competition. This month we had a lot of Planning Commission recommendations, and we started with the rezone of 8.6 acres from A1 to B2, and the applicants wanted to put outside storage on property located on Georgia Highway 11 and Malin Smith Road, and it was approved with conditions. You can see those conditions on the Walton County website under the meeting summary under the government tab. We next had a rezone of 5 acres from A to A1 for the applicant, and it was approved. So we had an approval with conditions of a rezone of 5.28 acres from A1 to R1 to grow and sell plants with customer contact, and it was approved with conditions. Again, you can see those conditions on the agenda summary that can be found on the Walton County website. They rezoned and approved 12.79 acres from B2 to B3 to allow for car storage and shipping. They approved with conditions a rezone of 11.56 acres from A2 and B2 to B3 for office, warehouse, and outside storage space. They also approved the rezone of 2 acres from R1 to B2 to expand mini warehouses and outside storage. And again, you can find all of those conditions online on the agenda summary. So we had a public hearing for our capital improvements element annual update and adoption of the resolution, and it was adopted. We also adopted the resolution for Walton County's comprehensive plan update. This Walton County comprehensive plan can be found online under the Planning and Development tab of the Walton County website. There you can see all of the recommendations for the growth of Walton County for the next 5 years, as well as the land use maps. If you have any questions about anything in the updated plan or on the maps, you can give a call to the planning department and they will be happy to explain all of those things to you. We encourage everybody to go and take a look so that they see how Walton County intends to grow and how we intend to allow businesses and developments to occur in Walton County for the next 5 years. So we had a proposal that was approved for McCarthy and Barnsley. We also approved a proposal from Sunset Builders for courtroom renovation, and we had a bid for the agricultural extension office building that was approved for bond building services in the amount of $875,892. We had several resolutions on the agenda for this month, and a lot of those had to do with the current budget and the adoption of the fiscal year 2023 budget. The board adopted a resolution that authorizes Chairman Thompson to amend the 22 budget as part of the fiscal year and the closing processes. So he has those powers to amend without having to come before the board for the next month. And we also had a few budget amendments for fiscal year 22. Chairman Thompson gave a presentation on the fiscal year 2023 budget. He wanted to make some clarifications on the budget, and you can find that presentation on the Walton County website under County News and Events. It is a very short presentation, which is comprised of about 3 slides, but it breaks down some numbers and the millage rate history for the last 10 years so that residents and citizens can go on and understand what they are considering, what has been considered in the past, and approve the budget with the intentions of keeping the millage rate the same. So you can go and see what that millage rate is for the cities and the unincorporated areas of Walton County. So they had a discussion about the Azalea Regional Library and their request for support of a grant application and funding commitment, and they did approve that request from the library board. We then went into executive session, and in executive session they discussed real estate, and as part of that real estate they discussed the option to advertise and lease a portion of park property in Walnut Grove for agricultural purposes through 2023. So be on the lookout for more information about that. And they approved the purchase of 137 East Washington Street, which is the property of our Carter Watkins and Associates, in the amount of $550,000. So that will become a part of Walton County Annex, and it will be used for office space. Our county manager gave an update as well. We now have a temporary building in place for the Good Hope fire station location, Station 7, and they are in the process of rebuilding that station, but we do have an engine and a temporary location available, and they are operating full service out of that temporary location at this moment. We also talked about the water usage here in Walton County and how we're close to peaking out at Cornish Creek, and we're encouraging everybody to conserve water a little, so that, you know, as we move into the hotter days of summer, that we're keeping an eye on our water usage, and you know, we're still able to meet the demand without peaking out at Cornish Creek and other reservoirs that we use. Again, you can find the numbers for our water usage for the month of May online in that same presentation that Chairman Thompson gave on the budget. So if you have any questions about any of the things that we discussed here on our Walton County update, please feel free to give us a call at 770-267-1301. Again, we're hoping everybody stays safe and that you're having a great summer thus far.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. As always, we're going to show you some of the dogs that are here at the Walton County Animal Shelter. You know, we're showing you just dogs, but we also have cats in the shelter. It's just kind of hard to bring them outside. They might run off on us. But if you go on waltonpets.net, you can see all of our cats that are listed there. We've entered kitten season, and so we're getting in dozens of kittens per week, and it's hard to find homes for them all. So if you're looking to add a cat into your home, go to waltonpets.net. You can see them all listed there. Or if you've got space for a dog and been wanting to adopt, you can see them there as well. The application is online. It's real simple. You fill it out. Once that's approved, someone from the shelter will contact you. You can come and meet the dog or the cat. We have indoor and outdoor interaction areas. You could bring your current pet to meet the dog to make sure that everything's okay before you adopt. So it's a real easy process. Just go on waltonpets.net. And you know, one more reminder, it's summertime, it's Georgia, it should go without saying, it's darn hot outside. So do right by your pets, bring your dogs inside where it's comfortable with you. They'll be much happier and they'll love you for it. And so thanks for tuning in, and we'll show you some of those dogs that are available for adoption at Walton County Animal Control.
We have a female Great Pyrenees. She's probably 2 years old. She's not fixed. We are calling her Reba. She's a really sweet.
And this guy's name is Ammo. He was picked up in an eviction, and obviously he didn't have the best care. He might need a little bit of extra love and extra vet care, so if you've got a big heart and a little bit of funds, you can rescue Ammo and give him the life he deserves. Just look at him on waltonpets.net.
This is Minnie and this is Winnie. They're 2 5-month-old sisters that came in together as strays. They don't have to live together, but I'm sure they would love it. And then you can put in applications for them at waltonpets.net.
Here we have a male Great Pyrenees. He's between 1 year to 2 years old. He's not neutered, and as you can see, he's really sweet. And we are calling him Waylon.
So this is Creek. He's a happy young boy. He's about 10 months old. He was surrendered by his owner, so he needs a new home. He's just a playful young guy, and he did well interacting with other dogs here in the shelter. So if you got room in your house, come on down and adopt Creek.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're keeping extremely busy here at the recycling center. You know, we back in May we had another month with over 2,000 cars across our scale here at the recycling center. So first off, we want to thank all the citizens that come down here and use our facility for their recycling and disposal needs. We are thankful to have all of y'all out. Kind of what we've been doing a lot of our focusing on lately is getting everything ready for our Rivers Alive event. We do have to have some of our volunteer numbers turned in to the state office to get in t-shirt orders. All of our volunteers receive free t-shirts for the cleanup. So we have been working out to reaching out to some of our volunteers and our group leaders with those volunteers to get a head count. And you've probably heard me talk a little bit about that before. But if you're a part of any civic organizations, churches, clubs, school groups, anything like that. School will be back in session, so we could work something out. We've had science clubs, and we've had several different school clubs be a part of our Rivers Alive cleanup before. So we'd be happy to have any of you out. We can help find you a location to clean up. We already have plenty of those that we could kind of introduce you to. But just give us a call out here at the center, or you can email me. My email's on our website, or you can always call us at 770-267-1421. We are opening it back up, and we're going to try to get as many volunteers as we can. And it's a wonderful cleanup event. It's cleaning our area waterways, or areas close to those waterways. And as most of you know, waterways is important for us to keep clean. A lot of our litter is doing its best to make its way to our waterways through rain and washout and stuff like that. A lot of our litter ends up in those waterways. So it's a really important cleanup. It's a great event. So give us a call if you are interested in that. And you know, here at the center, it has kind of slowed up a little bit here lately, but I do think with the heat, some people are staying inside more. But we have noticed people that's doing some cleaning out around the house, in the house, the garages, and things like that. So just remember the items we do and don't take here. And while you're cleaning up, some of those things you're cleaning, make sure they're not recyclable. We recycle a lot of things here. Make sure those things aren't being thrown away. Bring it on down here to be recycled rather than dumping it on the pad out back. We do try to clean out the things from the pad that are recyclable, but sometimes that can get mixed in there and end up in a disposal can. So it's best to get your recycling off the truck in our recycling drive-through before you go back to dispose of the things that aren't recyclable. Another thing that I think I pretty much say every time I do one of these is, your grass clippings and all of your clippings from shrubs and tree limbs and that kind of thing, those need to go to an inert landfill. We have a couple of those in the county. We'd always be happy to direct you to the nearest one to you. But we're going to have to turn you around if you get all the way down here with those items on the truck. We simply can't take any of it. No matter how small the amount is, we really can't take any of it. They'll turn our trucks around when our stuff gets to where it's going. So remember to take that stuff there. Come out and see us. Like I always say, let us show you what we do here. Let us help you get started recycling. Let us help you find new things to start recycling. Give us a call anytime. Again, that number is 770-267-1421. We'd be happy to help you with any questions or environmental concerns you have. Give us a call and look forward to seeing you next time.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. I thought I'd skip ahead to July. We're almost, by the time you see this, we'll be almost at the end of June, and things will be a little bit quiet here. We'll still have our tiny art show going on through July 7th. We'll have our workshops and ongoing classes, our weekly classes still going on. No special big events until July. On July 2nd, which is a Saturday, the first Saturday, that is going to be Hero Day. It's a day, I believe, I haven't gotten any updates from the city, but I believe it's going to be a citywide kind of event where they're going to try to pull in the other businesses as well, kind of like Unicorn Day and that kind of thing. So it's Hero Day, and it's not so much Superhero Day, although that's certainly one interpretation. But I think they're talking more about everyday heroes, first responders, police officers, military, things like that, kind of a patriotic feeling. So that is on July 2nd. I don't have a whole lot of details about it beyond that. except look for some special things to be happening on that weekend to celebrate Independence Day. Here at the Arts Center, that will be our soiree day, so we will have at least a couple of different workshops. Not exactly sure what our workshops will be that day, but we should have at least 2 different workshops and some fun things going on that day. That's also the first Saturday is our Paint and Pizza Day. I haven't talked about that in a while. Our Paint and Pizza Day is for ages 6 and up. Usually the upper range is around 12 years old, maybe 13 or 14. And it's like sip and paint for grown-ups, except this is for little kids. They have a painting that they all work on together. Donna feeds them pizza and drinks, and they just have a really good time. And that's usually, unless Donna has some kind of conflict, that's usually on the first Saturday of the month from 12 to 2. And you register with Donna. So if you ever have questions about especially our children's programs, but really any of our educational art classes, workshops, Donna is our education chair, and she is kind of the point person. So for Paint and Pizza, for Sip and Paint, for our after-school arts program, Donna teaches all of those. So her email is donna@monroeartguild.org. And you can email her about especially the children's programs, but any of our educational programs, and she will help you. So that's on the first Saturday. Also on Sunday, July 3rd, we are pitching our tent over at the McDaniel Titchener House for their Independence Day celebration over there. They are bringing that back. I think that's been on hiatus for at least 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure when the last one was held, but it'll be a free family day of music. We'll have some activities, an art activity that's free for kids. Other things will be going on there too. You can bring a picnic lunch, just spread out there on the grounds at the McDaniel Titchener House. And that's on Sunday, July 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. So that's coming up in July. In July, we also have the Monroe Museum show installing. That's a collaborative event that will be a lot of fun, a lot of history, a lot of art that they haven't been able to display over at the museum. They're bringing over here to us, and it will be a fascinating display. And that will be installing about the middle of the month of July, and will be up for about a month. So be sure to stop in and see that. So the Tiny Art Show is here through the 7th, and then the Monroe Museum show is the next show after that. Our regional show, art show, is our kind of more fine arts juried show. That has the online submissions will start on June 20th. And that's a juried show, so you submit your pieces online. We have jurists from Athens that will pick and choose what comes into the show. And it's a real honor to get picked to be in our regional show. So I hope you'll consider that. Any of this information, you can come by here, pick up a class list. You can pick up the information for the shows. We've got the guidelines for any of our upcoming shows. And we just love to see you and hope you'll come on the 2nd. Hope you'll come on the 3rd to the McDaniel Titchener House. And we will see you soon.
Hey guys, Isaac over at Reboot, giving you a Reboot tech tip. Just want to talk a little bit today about kid safety on the internet, especially nowadays with all kids having the smartphones and the tablets and laptops and all that stuff. It can only take like a click or two for kids to get in trouble, especially if if they're not taught rules and stuff like that, it can be very dangerous very quickly. I am not a big Apple person, but one thing I do love about Apple is on their phones and their iPads, they have a program called Screen Time. And you can lock down that phone or that iPad. If you only want them to go to certain websites, you can do that. If you only want them on the internet for a certain amount of time, you can do that. If you don't want them installing all this social media stuff, these crazy apps like Snap and Kick and the dangerous stuff, Twitter, whatever it may be, you can lock that down. So I'm a big supporter of Apple in that way. So if you want to give your kid a phone, an Apple iPhone is a great way to go. If you want to give your kid a tablet, an Apple iPad is a great way to go. If you can't quite figure that stuff out, the Screen Time app, you can always take it to a place and they can help you out, or Apple support can help you out, stuff like that. But I'm big on that. One other thing too I'll say about kids being on computers, it's gotten a little better, I would say, lately with like Google helping out, Microsoft, Bing not so much, but Google has helped lock down a lot of stuff on their browsers, especially like Google Chrome I'm talking about. If you take and turn on the safe search, there's a safe search little toggle thing that you can turn on, and that helps a lot. It can help on regular browsing, but it can also help on like YouTube and stuff like that. It's not 100%, but it can definitely help. One other thing I'll touch on too, so there's apps out there called accountability apps. There's one that I've used for kids called Ever Accountability. It doesn't stop kids from going places, but what it does is it tracks everything. Even these apps on their phones and stuff like that are supposedly erase stuff after they look at it. It keeps track of everything, even stuff that gets erased. So if they're doing something crazy on their phone or their tablet or their computer, that all that stuff can be tracked, and that's a great tool. Again, it's called Ever Accountability. And I'm a big supporter of teaching your kids about the internet and stuff like that, because it can be so dangerous so fast. So, but anyway, stay safe and please keep your kids safe on the internet. Again, Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
It's Abigail Calco. She is the new library manager for Monroe. And with her today is Stacy Brown, who is our regional director. So I'm going to let them share what the library has going on. If you haven't been to their website, they have a lot of cool stuff going on this summer. So we're anxious to hear all about it.
So I'll get us started. Hello, it's nice to see you all. Thank you for having us today. We're always excited to be able to come out and talk about our libraries and what we're doing in your community. Monroe has a lot going on at their library, and we've provided you with a packet to look at the Makerspace, which is the newest kind of project that we have going on at the library. And we're working with the city and with our Friends of the Library group and then other organizations to put equipment and supplies and that type of thing into the Makerspace. Our region is a 6-county, 9-library region, and we have 4 libraries in Walton. Monroe is our busiest library in Walton. I think last year you had last quarter you had like 15,000 circulations. They're super busy. Our first program of the year was last week. 2 weeks ago, we had like 300 people that came to our summer reading kickoff. So we're very excited to see our patrons back after kind of being shut down during COVID and partially shut down and just trying to get back to our regular hours. So we have a lot of exciting things going on. I'm going to turn this over to Abigail, and she's going to talk to you specifically about the Monroe Walton County Library. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm Abigail, and I just want to begin by saying that we are so excited to announce that our library system won Library of the Year in 2021. And this was yes, thank you. It was a very exciting achievement. And so this is affecting all libraries, so all 9 libraries have received that award. And so we are planning an upcoming party. We don't yet have a confirmed date, but we would love for you all to come out and attend that. And so real quick, I just want to go over services offered. Currently, we have obviously books, large print, graphic novels, board books. We have Wi-Fi 24/7, so if you ever need to come by, we're closed, you can get Wi-Fi in the parking lot. The copying, printing, faxing, proctoring, all of that we use every single day. We have people coming in who don't have that at home, or theirs is unfortunately not working, and they need something quick, and so we are able to help them with that. Curbside book pickup service actually started during COVID when we couldn't welcome our patrons inside, and we still wanted to provide them with the services they need. And that continued on because it became something very convenient for those who maybe have mobility issues or have small children who are sleeping in the car and they don't want to load up the kids to come in. And so we also have tutor.com, the children's learning literacy computers. And one thing that we're pleased to have at Monroe is the Crescent Room, which is a collection of historical books and documents and genealogy. So if you're ever looking for something specific to the area, or you want to do your own family tree, it's a great place to start. And we also have online resources for those as well that we can guide you with. We have Galileo, Evenings Kids, a lot of different online services that you can get through the library. We also have a technology blending program, which is a bit more recent. This is Chromebooks, hotspots, Osmos, Playaway. As a quick example, our Osmo here, we have one with us, is a very fun and exciting learning game. So it's a way for young kids to learn more about literacy, about mathematics, whatever they might need. We also have launch pads. Thank you. These are very similar, except they are tablets. So let me show you actually how that looks. They're portable. They are in a protective case. So this one was a motor and cognitive skills. So it's only got that set learning game. So there's no online searching, there's no distractions, and the kids come in super excited about any one that we have. We have several available. We also have the free family passes, and that is something that is probably one of our most popular. The Zoo Atlanta, it's most definitely the most popular. It's simply a educational video about the zoo, what it offers, its history, and all we ask our patrons to do is check it out, take it home and watch it and learn, and come back and they get 3 free tickets to the zoo. And so during the summer, it's gone every single day. Last 2 times I checked it in, there was the next person in line asking for it. So it doesn't stay long. We also have the Nature Center, the State Parks, Center of the Puppetry Arts, the Carlos Museum, and a few more as well that we weren't able to list on here. It's a lot going on, a lot available through the library. And of course we also have the assistive technology for those who need it. And this is just a small list. There's a lot more. And we always encourage people, call us, talk to us, come in person, and we'll walk you through all the different things that we offer. Now we do have a lot of partnerships and programs. One that I really want to highlight is our Play Student Library Card. This started, I believe, last year, and it's with Walton County students. So if any child, any student, child or teen, is a part of Walton County, all they need to do is tell us their lunch number, and they can check out up to 5 books. And that has been one of the biggest loves of both children and parents, because no longer is it, I have to get my parent to get me a library card. Now they automatically have one. And the plus with it is there are no fines for overdue. And so for kids who, they can't drive, they can't take their books back if the parents are busy, it lets that be, that's okay. You can return it when your parents are able to drive you, able to take you. Of course, there is charge for lost or damaged, but it's been so far very good. Kids are very happy to come in. They get excited just to turn in their books, check out their books on their very own accounts. We also have a nonfiction book club, which has been very popular, and that's been a very nice monthly meeting. Summer reading program and the Beanstack reading challenges. So as Stacy was just talking about, we're in the middle of summer reading, and that is our busy season. So June in particular, we are go, 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 and it's fantastic. We have people come in who haven't been to the library since before COVID, and they are thrilled to be in the library once more. So in our first 2 weeks, June 1st is our kickoff date for the summer reading program. We had over 600 kids sign up for summer reading. Our circulation numbers have increased dramatically as well. For May of 2022, we have increased by 54% compared to May of 2021. So that's around 5,400 materials being circulated, more so than in the past. So people are coming back, and it's fantastic. We also have the UGAC library, the early literacy and STEAM programming. We have outreach to homeschool groups, daycares, nursing facilities. We want to be a source for all of the community. So last week we had our puppet show, and we had one of our local daycares bring their kids out who were upcoming kindergartners. So they were at their camp learning a bit, and they came by to see the puppet show, and that was fantastic. We were thrilled to see them. We also have a partnership with the Story Shop book program, and that has been a blessing as people can donate books from the Story Shop, and the Story Shop has always been such a nice supporter of the library. We have Tax Aid as well. The Friends of the Monroe Walton County Library are one of our favorite groups. They help us so much with programming and with any of our needs. They've always been there to support us. And we also have the Children's book donations, the Road Junior Service League, and Storytime as well. So there's a lot going on at the library. It's never a dull moment at the library. And so upcoming, our big project is our makerspace, and we are so excited to begin that. Real quick to go over what a makerspace is, because some people don't know. It's a collaborative workspace designed to promote active learning and help develop critical and creative thinking skills. So with the packets that we gave out today, those list some of the things that we will be having in the makerspace. So think anything engineering-wise. We'll have probably a Lego wall to help with that. We'll have sewing machines for arts and crafts. We'll have technology. They can learn a little bit about programming, designing their own video game. This picture here is from the Morgan County Library, one of our Azalea National Library systems. And they were the first to put in their makerspace last year. And it has been loved and well received by the public. I was just talking to the manager the other day, Colby, and he was telling me that their sewing machines are very popular because they have students who will bring their teachers. They'll come in on Saturdays to help them on their projects because these kids don't have sewing machines at home. You know, if their parents don't use one, it's not likely they have one as well. So this gives them the opportunity and the space to do that. And so there's a lot of benefits to a makerspace, because I know some people think, why would you want a makerspace in a library? Isn't a library for books, for reading, for literacy? And yes, that is definitely part of a library, but it's part of the library. The other part is something that promotes exploration. When a child opens up a book, let's say it's a book about China, and they're reading this book, that's exploration. And so we're offering that as well through arts and crafts, hands-on activities. It also inspires creativity and innovation. That's something that books do as well, but if you have a makerspace, creativity can be found in building on the Lego wall, in sewing a craft, in painting. There's a lot of different opportunities, and it also engages different learners. Not everyone learns the same, and we all know this. If you have children, you know, one child will learn one way, and your other child learns a very different way. Those are valid ways of learning. And so with a makerspace, we want to give them that opportunity to learn. So if a child needs more hands-on, doing it with their own hands, seeing it with their own eyes, that makerspace makes that a possibility. It also encourages teamwork and cooperation. We all know in daily life we work with people every single day. And when we're in school, we learn teamwork, we learn group projects, working together. And the makerspace helps that, because no longer is this a school project that you have to get done. Instead, this is something fun that you want to do. So children can work together designing their own video game. They can work together building a Lego house or painting a project or doing a giant coloring wall. There's a lot of different opportunities. It also teaches new skills in a safe environment. So, for example, some people worry with sewing machines. It can be dangerous. This gives them a safe place to experiment. So they're not going to be put at risk for any injury, for any danger. And putting them in that environment is just going to encourage them. And it also builds confidence. A lot of times, children need someone to tell them, you can do this. You can learn that new skill. And yes, schools do encourage that, but also a library encourages that through books, through reading, and now through hands-on material crafts and learning. So here is a couple of images. So to the left is the Lego wall. That's very popular. It helps them learn a little bit about design. It helps children work on fine motor skills. And to the right is a makerspace cart. So part of a makerspace would be having craft materials on hand, whether that's glue sticks, paper, scissors, anything that they can use to build, to create. The cart is a great option for that because it can be rolled around to one end of the room to the other where everyone has access to it. Now, one thing we are looking forward to is updating our furniture. Many of you know that our library was built in the 1980s. So we have done updates with our furniture, but they're lagging behind. Specifically with our children and teen section. We would love to see a growth in that. For example, in the top right photo, those are seat cushions used for story time. So each child has a designated place where they can sit. That is their pillow. And so there's no, just everyone sitting on a rug and children are scooting a little too close to the books and blocking other kids' view. This gives them their space. This is where I get to sit. And they get to pick their color, and then afterward they help clean up. Put it all easy on the rack. We also have, we would like to see reclining chairs. That's pictured in the top left corner. These are comfortable, they're padded, and again, it's a great place for a kid to sit down and read a book. Maybe use a launch pad or an Osmo. Another thing would be our tween and teen area. We are actually currently moving that area where it's going to have a new designated location closer to the children's section. So we would love to see more seating like couches and sofas. And we also would like to work on the signage and bookends. Displays are such a vital part of a library because when you walk in, you just, I don't know what in the world I want to read today. And you see that display all about, let's say, beaches. That's a popular one right now. And you see beautiful covers and you immediately think, that is what I want to read. Maybe it's nonfiction, maybe it's National Craft Month. And you get inspired by seeing that display like, oh, I would like to learn how to do that. You pick up a book and you learn a new hobby. So that's very important. Having that signage about events as well is another thing. Because again, like I said earlier, the library is booming. There is a lot going on. And sometimes things can get missed. So having clear signage and posters are an important part of the library. Right now, we have one outdoor book deposit. And it's in an accessible location, but not from your car. And we would love to see another book return place in the parking lot. It's a work in progress, something that would be more accessible to those with mobility issues or people on the go, don't have time to come in, or maybe inclement weather. When it's thunderstorms, pouring down rain, you don't always want to come into the library just to return your one book. It's a little easier just to pull up to a book return, stick it in, it's safe and dry in there, and you can go about your day. Now, of course, we always want you to come in. We'd always love to see you inside, but if we're closed, you can't come in, so an outdoor book deposit. And the picture there on the bottom left, you can see a black box right behind that book return. That is a very nice feature. That is a rolling cart. So when we librarians go to empty it, we're able just to pull it right out cleanly and pull it into the library if it's very full. It makes it a lot easier for us to get books in and out because you just put a towel over it, have your umbrella, everything stays nice and dry. And I also want to, real quick, say that we love our volunteers. Volunteers are part of the lifeblood of the library. We would not be able to have everything we have volunteers. So the Friends of the Library, that is the first place you would go to join to help with the library. So they would offer opportunities to volunteer, to work with programming, or maybe just with funding. Because our programming, we depend on our community to really help fund those things, because we don't get that support from the county, from the city, and from the federal government. As it just isn't there. So our friends help us give those opportunities to our community. Now we also like volunteers for other things, organizing shelves, shelving and pulling holds, especially during the summer when we're booming and we have a nice long queue at the circulation desk. We can't leave to go and pull holds. We can't go leave to shelve. So our volunteers come in and they say, we can do that. And they will take the cart and they will shelve. They'll go and print, we'll give them a list of holds. They'll go and pull those holds. They are so important. Those opportunities are also open to teenagers. We love for our teenagers to come in. We have a few teen volunteers right now, and they come in, they pull holds, they shelve, and they're excited. They want to come in. I have one volunteer now, she's new, and she already wanted to come in twice a week just to come in to work. She's such an awesome volunteer. Now we also love our volunteers for story time, whether that's weekly or bi-weekly. Story time is usually for the younger kids, so we're thinking preschool, kindergarten, though we do offer some for older. But those are fun. Those are such a delight. When you're working with a 4-year-old and they're just fascinated by the story you're reading, whatever that might be, and afterwards you have a fun craft for them to do, and they are just joyful. And the parents also really appreciate it, because as parents of young kids, they're searching for some place to take their little ones to help learn and grow. We also would like to offer in the future a toddler music and movement class. This is available at some of our other regional library system library branches, and we would like to see it there. That's an opportunity for toddlers to work on their listening skills, music, rhythm, as well as movement, the cognitive skills, motor skills. It's something new, but where it's at now, it is flourishing. Book club years. We do have a non-fiction book club currently, but we would love to see a fiction book club. We would love to see a teen book club, a kids book club. There's a lot of different options. The book sale room. We have one volunteer now who comes in, and she will go through a lot of our donations, and we do get a lot of donations of books from the community, and those are sold through the Friends of the Library. That money is then used to help support the library. Very important, and we would love to have more people come in. We would love to see more donations of books as well. And then also, there's always special library projects and outreach events. So some of them are very personal. Maybe you have a teenager. So you have a teenager who loves chess, and they're looking for someplace that they can have a chess club where they can play chess with people in person, not online simulators. Well, we would love to see that there, and we would love for you to head that up. Or maybe you're looking for something like another book club, or you're looking for something just entirely different. Maybe a knitting group, maybe a sewing group. We used to have those, but ever since COVID, we've had to slowly build back up and search for those volunteers again. Some have come back of their own accord, some we've had reached out to, and then some are brand new who just said, you know what, I'm gonna help out. So if you are interested in getting involved, there's a link right there at azalealibraries.org/support us. We would love to see you there. And if you want to contact me directly, you can call the number listed there on the screen, or you can shoot me an email. I would love to answer any of your questions, any ideas you had, or just anything at all. I am new. I will say that I've only been at Monroe for 2 weeks, but I was at Walnut Grove before, so I have been at libraries for a few years now. And I can already tell Monroe is a fabulous community. So many people have reached out to me saying, I want to support you, I want to help. And so please do reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about it. But if you have any questions right now, I would love to answer those. So I'll just turn over any Q&A time if you have any questions for me.
It's good to know our library is in good hands. We've been a big supporter of our library, We want to continue being supporters, so we want to make a donation on behalf of our Kiwanis Club.
Thank you.
Let's give her a hand for the presentation. We may get more involved in donating our time at different places, so I'd like to challenge our group over the next year or two as we try to make that transition to get out in the community more, to volunteer in the library, because I didn't realize there's that many volunteer opportunities. And so I was telling Wes, is we've talked about going to schools and reading the kindergarten classes and stuff, but we get to do the same thing there, volunteer our time. So hopefully we can try to line up some time to do that on behalf of the club. But again, thank y'all so much for coming.